talk a little bit about menswear costumes and things like that, because I think that Halloween's like an interesting time, right? Because like you go from like being a kid and wearing something fun, right? Like I was Jango Fett in 2002 when the epic movie Attack of the Clones came out. I've been like a race car driver. I've been repeatedly.
You don't need to be a
Inspector
race car
Gadget.
driver when you have a race car bed. So
I've heard of baby driver, but race car driver?
I don't have that.
you
Not
should
yet.
get one. Women love a race car bed. Ask tomorrow.
I will.
I'm just kidding.
Now I know what I'm getting.
The
for
wheels are
Christmas.
off.
Yeah.
The wheels are off. I never had a race car bed, but I fucking wish I did.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
I don't think I ever really wanted one when I was a kid, but it was something that I saw and I was like, I didn't even know if they were real. Like I never
My
knew
friend
anyone
Nick had a
about them.
water bed.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
I
cool.
definitely saw a kid that had, and I'm like, fuck this kid, dude. I need to kill him to take this.
Yeah,
This kid,
Like,
you
the
think that's how it
waterbed-
worked? You,
the
like,
waterbed,
stole
I
one and
didn't
then you
know
got
if
the
it was
bed.
real.
Then you got his bed.
Crosstalk.
Yo, I fucking love a water bed.
I
Low
know,
key.
right?
Have you seen one in person?
That's like a vacation home. I would
my
never want
parents
that as
have
a
a water bed
Oh my god.
back before they were divorced.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that played into it, but
Well, this is gonna be an awkward segue, but imagine fucking on that water bed.
That's all
Okay.
I'm at.
I can't even. I don't know if I have like the
Here's the
core
thing,
power
I
to
feel like
like
it's- I
offset
feel like it's-
the movement.
I feel like it's tough to have sex on a water bed.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
think of the like.
Just
'Cause you have to.
Think
Because
of the
you're
children.
moving.
Sloshed around. Like,
Yeah. Anyway, menswear costume.
Every
Think of the
Newton's third law of
children.
motion working against you.
Anyway,
The motion of
menswear
the Pokken.
costume.
Oh, Jeremy's
Motion
fast
the
enough,
ocean.
he
Let's,
doesn't
yeah,
need
we
to
can just have a
move
free
our
form
bed.
thing and
That's
like
great.
talk about it. Cause like, so I don't know. Like, I think I've never been like a cosplayer. I've done.
Not yet.
Count Mr. Potato Head as cosplay? Because if so,
I mean,
am
I've
cosplay.
been like I've been what's it called? I've been like L from like Death Note and Light also from Death Note in the past. But like
Weird.
I feel like a lot of those were fairly easy to do. You know what I mean? Like I've never like
Yeah.
had like the need to do something kind of crazy.
You
And then in
didn't
terms of,
need
like,
you didn't need
regular-
any props or really specific items.
Yeah. And then like in terms of like regular menswear, like like when I got older, it was kind of like one of those things where Halloween was a way for me to like dress interestingly. Like like a style icon. I wouldn't say like a costume, but like more like a style icon because like as you know, me and MJ had to wear uniform for 12 years of our life. So
Nice.
you can't
years of
can't wear Halloween costumes to school. You can't even wear like regular stuff to school. It always has to be the polo shirt. It has to be like the chinos that were mandated on high, literally from God. That you had to
Yeah.
wear.
God
Um,
came down.
You have to
Almost
wear them on
every
your
guy has
mandates.
to wear these
Yeah.
It's the
dicky
11th
khakis.
commandment is
Yeah, they
only
love
wearing
it. Thou shalt
khakis.
wear the uniform of a blue polo shirt and khaki pants.
I shot the Dickies when I was in like 4th grade. I was a fucking hype
You're
beast
cool,
back
huh?
then, man.
You're cool.
Yeah,
exactly. That's where I got my. That's where I
you
got my
had to
like
wear.
uniform
Like,
khakis.
I'm pretty sure my school was like anti like poverty or anti poor kids. It was like you had to shop at a specific place.
Man, yeah, we just
Yeah,
went for we
because,
just went to Dickies for our khakis. That's where I got my.
Because all
That's
the
where I got my
like
shit.
Adventist schools in like Southern California had like contracts with like
The
the
devil.
uniform the uniform company.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
And no
weird.
one really got written up, but like but sometimes they did. Like if you, cause like
If it was
I
obvious,
think-
you did.
But they
yeah,
did
like
get
if you wore
dressed
if you wore
down.
like khaki skinny jeans from like like Hot Topic or H&M or something, like
Yeah,
you would
hell.
get flagged,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they'd make you.
But
they'd make change.
if you wore straight tapered khaki jeans, you could get away with
Heaven.
it.
Yeah,
Could you wear pleats?
I don't think anyone did.
No,
Would you wear?
I don't know if
pleats?
I've said this on pod, but
nobody
I mean,
knew what that was.
I had a uniform in like elementary school, through middle school, and you had the option of like full khaki pants, but if you wore those, you were a dweeb and a loser. And so everyone just wore the shorts year round.
Yeah,
no matter how cold
Yeah,
it
that's
was,
right.
or cold
You
it
couldn't
was.
be
It's a very
cool. wearing-
Boston thing is shorts
Yeah.
year round.
I think that's a,
And
it's
also
a
we
pretty
had two
common
variations.
experience.
You had
We
to
had
wear
two
you had to wear
variations of
straight
uniform
pants the whole
shirts.
time.
One of those just had the like the school logo on the left breast. The other one had a Hawaiian pattern, like horizontally across the front, just like one line across the breast. And that was the
One
only one you could
line.
wear. That was the cool one. If you wore the other one, you were a loser and a nerd.
Right.
Yeah.
But
To
yeah,
the
so
grave.
that's kind of
damn
why,
weren't
like,
doing that.
I don't know, I can't speak for MJ, but like for me, it was like, okay, it's Halloween. I'm gonna be like James Bond, where you wear a suit, but then you have like a Nerf gun or something. And that night,
Oh, God,
everyone
that
was
makes
like, "Oh, what are you, a banker?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm holding
Yeah,
a
speaking
fucking
of
gun,
James
bro.
Bond.
Like, what do you what do you think I
You're
am?"
holding a Nerf
Hey,
At least-
you know
at
what?
least
Bankers
sometimes it would
are
be-
robbing the working class. If you ask me, they might as
They-
well have a gun.
Yeah.
hot takes.
What a
I
hot
think,
take.
I
says
think
hot
one
take.
time someone did ask like, "Oh, are you Men in Black?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense." But also like, if I was in the Black, I'd probably have a friend with me or something to be Agent J or Agent K, whoever the other one is. But I'm like
LMNOP.
fucking Bond. But yeah, I think yeah, all my costumes always been like kind of men's, but like Inspector Gadget, we were a trench coat and fedora, right? I think I was Captain Hook at some point when I was like younger.
You wore boxer
I
shorts
was
and tattered clothing.
Community
what's it called?
flasher.
Darth Vader for a while, which was
For a
pretty
while.
fun.
That's a few years.
Because
Dude,
it was one of those
epics.
things like you get like
After
the
Halloween.
initial one, like okay, I'm like 5'8", I'm like a pretty small guy, especially as a
Pretty short
kid.
for a stormtrooper.
That's
Yeah.
right. And so I would wear like the onesie thing with like the little like galosh thing with like the little like the
The
fake
boot
shoe that
covers.
goes over, like you have like the elastic that goes under your shoe to like
Worst.
anchor it down kind of thing.
So
I did
inauthentic.
that. And then like I had like the one-sided Darth Vader plastic mask, the one you get like Target or whatever, right? Like it's not the whole thing. Then when I was like when I turned like I don't know like 9 or 10, I got like the one that actually goes over your head, like the deluxe one, right? Where it's a
Yeah.
Darth Vader voice changer, and you have like the actual like full thing. So of
Generally
course I had to
good,
be
you're
like, well,
shorter than I thought.
I already have the Darth Vader onesie. Now I've upgraded the mask. I got to do this again, you know. So
It's a big. This is not to be understated. It's a big step in your childhood when you get to graduate from like face covering to entire head covering of something.
yeah,
Make
exactly.
It's not
I gotta
latex.
tell you guys, when I was a kid, I was so fucking clever. Because one year I was like,
Okay.
I'm
Such
gonna
a
be
whole
Darth Vader, but
Yeah.
I know it's still hot in October, late October. It's still hot in Southern California. I'm gonna get hot if I'm wearing a full plastic
So
mask.
you were sexy Darth Vader.
So
Yeah.
no. Here's what I was doing. I
Okay.
was like, when it
Party
gets
in the
too
back.
hot, I'm gonna switch from being Darth Vader to Anakin Skywalker. I simply took off one glove, took off my mask and chest piece. I was wearing the full black armor, plus one black glove, and I was Anakin Skywalker in Episode 3. I had it painted on like Icecar.
Oh my god, you had everything.
You have a
figured out.
picture of this?
The
I
Michael
don't think I have a
Jackson,
picture of this. I don't remember what
Michael
year
Jackson
this
Star
was.
Wars.
Lost to time.
That's
Um,
genius.
But
That's, like,
then
practical.
But then when it got cold enough, I would put the helmet back on and the chest piece. That was all like one attachment. Plus the
Burned too.
other glove.
Anakin
I was like,
Skywalker by
okay,
day.
now I'm Darth Vader.
Darth
Yeah.
Vader.
That's a
by
creative
night.
way to
I
deal with
do
the heat.
know.
We have the shittier
It's-
version in the Midwest where you just have to look like your character, but he's wearing a parka.
He's wearing a parka.
yeah.
You had an
Yep.
XL costume, even though you were a small child, because you had to fit
Yeah.
I think
layers underneath it.
I was the Phantom once, and I could justify
Oh,
it because
yeah,
in the
dude.
sequel, Love Never Dies, he sort of wears a frock coat
Oh
instead of a
my
He
top
God.
does.
coat.
He does. He
So I
does.
had
Love
like
never
velvet.
dies.
Yep, Love Never Dies, and so that's how I
Oh,
justified
man.
that later.
Yeah, nothing better than cold costumes where, you're vaguely.
Yeah, it's just like
Power
you're
Ranger.
losing every essence of the character.
I'm a very ripped Power Ranger
I'm a princess with a pink parka. So
with a
stupid.
pink parka.
Yeah.
I think when I was in high school, I was I don't know if you guys know who the Doctor was.
Yeah, Doctor Who.
Yeah, let me do
no,
the math.
No,
My personal doctor.
You were
I'm
in high
talking
school.
about Rex the Doctor, the man
Rex
who will
Harrison.
become the Cobra Commander in G.I. Joe: Rise of Cobra. That is
Well, this
who
is
I'm
your
talking
field.
about. And hell yeah, I'm a nerd because it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt for 2 hours talking like this. I'm the Doctor, and it was like, and obviously like at the end of it, he's like, oh, it's like I'm gonna
That's a
escape.
really good.
But like I'm through taking your orders, Destro, because you can call me Commander, and I think that's hilarious.
All right, now do his Don Juan or Don. What is he called? Don John.
I haven't watched that movie.
Is that the one where
It's-
he's like jerks off all the
Yeah,
time?
he's like a
he likes
porn
to
actor.
Someone
or
where he jerks
something.
off all the time. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I
I
gotta
was a
stop it.
Doctor for that one.
I'm a director
And
now.
Scarlett Johansson just.
I got a website where I steal people's content. I gotta stop jerking off.
That's all I tweet about.
Yeah.
Hey, if that's what it takes to be Don John, then man, I feel like I'm that guy all the time, even outside of Hall. Outside
You
of
should
Hall.
use
Yeah,
your
dude.
first name.
I'm
Jacking
going-
off Robin.
Damn it! Now Ethan has a Halloween name
What is
too.
it, Shark
I
City?
feel left out.
Yeah, Shark City.
Shark City. You're the mayor.
When-
of Shark
You're just setting us up
Jeremy
for
said
setting
you're
us
too
up for a
nerdy for
Jaws
Doctor
episode.
Who.
That's what you're doing.
That's
the
exactly what I'm doing. Because we just saw Jaws last night. It's fucking great, dude.
Yeah. It's I mean, every outfit of that movie is so cool. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
I
yeah,
have
so
yet to see it.
did you like what other like did you guys ever like do like menswear costume?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, at least younger, because I guess like let's try and do it like pre-college because I
No,
go to
yeah.
college,
In high school, like every year, I used Halloween.
Do you count the
as an
old guy
excuse
from
to, like,
Six Flags
wear a
commercials
suit.
as a menswear costume?
Mr.
No,
Six you're talking about, of
absolutely.
course.
I guess so. To clarify, like half an hour into this or 15 minutes into this discussion, for me, a menswear costume is like it's like the costume utilizes like classic men or menswear elements to make it. You know,
absolutely.
My most sweaty costume of all time
I'm taking off my bow tie.
was like in high school, where I just wore like a late 50s black suit with a John F. Kennedy, like, 1960 campaign lapel pin. And I was like, oh, I'm JFK. But I was just wearing a black suit.
MJFK. My
With
favorite
that.
abbreviation.
That was it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think the most menswear.
That's still on my
heavy-
Instagram, I think.
Oh,
That photo
we'll have
is
to
still on
find
my
it.
Instagram. Yeah, it's like
we
deep
we
in
must
there,
drop
but...
this in the show notes. Deep. The most menswear heavy costume I ever had was probably Chaplin. When I was in Ireland, there was this kind of thrift shop where it had this really short jacket, and I need this even though it's a little like tiny and slim on me because it'd be good for a Chaplin one. And I had these boots, like all my boots back then were just too big for me, so it kind of worked as the oversized shoes. And I had some pants that again were oversized and like race stripes, so those were the pants. And then I just had like from a Gentleman's Emporium or Historical Emporium, whatever it's called, a lot of cravats or ascots that could be tied as like regular ties. I had like a black stripe one I would use for that, and a shirt from there as well that had like the club collar. So I did that, and I also, when I was in Ireland, I got a bowler hat from the same place, and I've had to find the mustache and got my face white and got the eyeliner, which I was really good at. And yeah, I had a little cane as well, the bamboo cane, and that was probably the most put together costume I ever did.
I mean,
That
that
was in,
sounds
high
like
school.
yeah, it sounds very intricate and it's cool.
You guys
Yeah.
ever see the Sacha Baron Cohen BAFTA award thing? About,
Yes, insane. I've been meaning to rewatch it. It's so good. Well, if we have time, maybe we'll watch it or drop it or
his,
something. Because
his
that's
BAFTA
Yeah, we'll
acceptance
drop it.
speech.
the fucking Eminem one is also really good. Or the one in The Dictator with who's that guy? Ryan Seacrest. There's so
Right.
many moments. Yeah, he
Good
drops
lord.
ashes onto him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a cool. I don't
See,
think I've
Borat
done
too.
anything that intricate.
Very nice. This is
Very
very
nice.
Do you guys
Um,
see that? That's Kazakhstan's new like tourism slogan. Very nice.
Yeah, very
That's
nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's very
Yeah.
nice.
It's very nice.
Hey, speaking of that, I feel like people could do
Yeah,
Larry
Borat is a
David.
menswear costume.
That's
Borat's
Steve.
menswear costume. Larry
Gray
David.
suit. What color shirt does he wear? Like
It's
a
now
sage
in the
green or
second-
something?
In the
Yeah.
second one, it's like a dark stripe. It has like I don't know if it's green or purple, but it's like a stripe. And then I don't know some other lighter or medium gray tie with it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's totally doable.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really done anything like that because I'm always
I
seeing people.
feel like
with,
you
like,
have
a-
a
plastic
40s, a 40s bold suit that you have the shoulders.
Those
You know,
boulder holders.
Exactly, the boulder holder. The one that you have the shoulders messed with. I feel like you could. That's
I
kind
could
of
have
a
been,
color.
Borat for
That's
that.
kind of a Borat color, yeah.
For
Yeah.
the record, another good menswear costume that I was almost this year was Lupin. But 2020 is not really the year for Harry Potter themed costumes. So
Oh,
I
I
could
thought you were
also
talking
about
my
be-
Lupin
head,
the
I was
anime.
like, wait, Lupin the third?
Lupin
No,
the
I
30.
don't
That's-
watch
that-
anime.
That is
I
a
only
great
like
menswear
Harry
costume. Hey, I'm not an anime guy either. But Lupin III kicks ass. It's so good.
What would you look like if you were
Um,
Lupin from anime?
I mean, what does he wear? He like
He
you know,
wears, like,
it
a
is set in
burgundy-
the late '60s. It's like a late
Yeah,
'60s
it's like a
period
burgundy
piece.
jacket with like a yellow
Yeah.
shirt and like a black tie, and then
It's
like
gonna be
dark
John Wick for the remainder.
dark
Who wore it
trousers
better?
and black jeans.
And then his friend,
Black
I don't know his friend's
Boots
name,
with
the
the
guy
fur.
that wears the fedora,
With the
who has the crooked cigarette the whole time. He looks cool as hell.
Well,
Yeah,
that
that's what
sounds
I was gonna be because he literally has a beard. Like
Mhm.
I could do that one. That's a good like menswear costume. I mean, a lot of Miyazaki films have really great costuming. Well, not Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Well, Miyazaki. I'm calling it that
He
because
directed a
for, like, the Castle
1970s.
Cagliostro,
That was
yeah.
like his first. That was his first like major solo film, I think.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
there's in one of his films, The Wind Rises, which is more of like a biographical film. He the main character wears like a lavender like 3-piece suit with like a Optimo Panama hat, and I think that's really cool. I mean, I don't think regular people would get it, but like you wear that to like Comic-Con or Anime Expo or whatever. I think people might understand it. Porco Rosso is kind of cool too.
Oh
just kinda
yeah,
get
absolutely.
like a flight suit with like the flight helmet, like the leather flight cap thing that you wear under the helmet, and you like get like a pig nose thing, and you're done. Like it's really easy for that one.
Jokes on me, I already have
It's
a
easy.
pig nose.
He's
Oh,
there.
no.
No.
But
glad
yeah,
you're
what
kidding.
about how was it in college? Because like so for me, like when I got to college, it's like okay, I can actually wear like regular clothes, and then now Halloween was like more
Dressing now.
interesting. I think so. I didn't really do stuff on Halloween, because like people would go home, or like none of my friends were the ones to like kind of go out. But we did have at my school, despite being a Christian school and you can't officially say Halloween, we did have costume
What?
skate night.
Wait,
Fall
okay.
festival.
Say a Halloween.
I did eat. Okay, I went to a business school also. We didn't have that rule.
Well, you can't say
Um,
Halloween.
Well, it's not. You
We
can't.
can
say
say
that- well,
prom.
You
That's
can't
like
officially.
Beetlejuice.
You can't
Say prom.
officially
Yeah,
like.
you can't have
have, like,
Halloween
Halloween-
events, but
You
you
can't
can
call
have
Halloween because Halloween is
you can
is-
have.
I guess I
fall
mean I guess we didn't
festivals.
have like any Halloween events, but we weren't like afraid of the word.
No,
We were
afraid of the word
Ethan's,
prom, either,
Ethan's
to
just
reiterate,
being
but-
you
yeah,
can't-
but he's not saying that they were word policing us.
Yeah.
He's saying that they
Yeah.
couldn't officially have like Halloween night or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we
exactly.
clarified this.
Yeah,
So
because
I mean, because like
everybody's
back in high school, we did have Sadie Hawkins,
Back in
which
the
was
day.
around late October, and so like usually that event, because we can't have dances, it was more of like a fun like kind of like festival.
Wait, you couldn't
kind
have dances? Oh, hold on.
yeah, that word was banned too.
Yeah,
Dance?
Was it just
that's an
banquets?
actual
You just
banned
ate-
event. Like you cannot dance. Like you're not allowed to. Like
There's
you
a
can
lot of,
you can dance at your own house if you want. You can dance with your
You
girlfriend.
can leave your
whatever,
friends
but,
behind.
but you
Okay,
can't
talk
like.
about
There's
oppression.
not gonna be an official
I hope
school
someone got
event
that.
that's called like the dance because like you can't do that.
I didn't go to
Prom.
an SDA school.
Cats don't
but
dance.
I can vouch for all of this.
Yeah,
crazy-
yeah. There we go.
crazy
Sure.
shit.
But what's the deal with the dancing? What's the deal?
Are you
It's-
are you
it's-
doing your Tide 5?
It's the slippery slope thing. We're like, okay, if you start dancing, then you're gonna
When you start
fucking.
fucking.
Yeah,
it's also because like at
Out
that
of wedlock.
time, like that's
You know,
when
okay,
like
I do get that.
that's
And
when like
you
the
know,
bumping and grinding was like a new thing.
yeah,
So
well, I do
Trust me,
remember-
I just
I
watched
remember
West
being
Side
in-
Story. It happens.
The high school I went to was like non-denominational, but in Orange County, non-denominational means like weird Southern Baptist, like outshoot. So that's all the rules that we followed.
Yeah, I mean, we
see,
don't.
like I went to public school, because
Yeah.
I'm poor. And
we were
yeah, no,
poor,
we had
too.
school
Yeah.
dances, and people got nasty.
They got nasty. So
Yeah,
they
apart
got
from
nasty
why
in
Jason,
the
they're, this is why they're not
cafeteria.
doing that.
yeah,
This is
so
why
you
they're
so you
not
just
doing
so
that.
yeah,
Same
you just
here.
answered your own
You're
question.
proving
Yeah.
well,
why
I
they
was gonna
they
say
said to not do those
for the
things.
viewer, if you need any general takeaway for the vibe of this, we're all very young, sexually repressed beings, and then we get out
I mean,
into the
I'm not
world and we
sexually
split.
repressed. but
No, that's
sure.
what I say. Aside from Jason, 'cause
Yeah,
he was
Jason, we know exactly what you've done. Okay,
isn't-
poor
we're
people
isn't
have
everybody-
sex.
on. We're there.
We
People
know what
don't.
you did last summer.
We saw it.
Anyway,
dough.
back to Halloween. So yeah, of course, we were free. People did celebrate Halloween out in their homes, but like in like the high school, you can't have like a Halloween dance. You can't have like a Halloween event or whatever.
We had
Uh,
Halloween dances.
So like Sadie Hawkins, I
I
was
didn't.
The people did that like as dressing up. I'm pretty sure I talked about Sadie Hawkins because it was the saddest day
Wait,
of my life.
that's a dance.
That's
right,
my
where
Halloween
people
name.
invite the
We're
girls
girls
invite the
ask guys. Yeah, girls ask guys. So we had like a variation.
You
of
were
this
the
style
Bumble
dance.
of dances.
I wish I could tell you it. So I'm pretty sure I did because it's really sad.
It was on one of the early streams, I think.
Well,
Yeah,
we need to
it
pick me up. So
it has
please
to be
don't.
one of the earlier streams, but you guys
Did
are
no
gonna
one ask you?
no, it's
You
even
just illicit
it's worse than that. Anyway,
Right. Can't wait.
so in college, right, we had costume skate night, which is like as close as we got to like celebrating Halloween around, And I wasn't a cool guy, so I'm sure there were Halloween parties, just no one invited me.
I like parties.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, like I
Wah.
said, the nerd guy. Hello, I'm the guy wearing a fucking tie to class, bro.
Yeah, you
I
should.
can tell you this: no one, even if it was 2012 in college, no one knew what hashtag Menswear was. Like that's not like remember Christian stuff is like 10 years behind. Like now you look at every like young
10
pastor,
years behind.
every youth pastor is wearing like blue chinos with tan shoes. Okay, like that's like a new thing.
The wedding lookbook.
Okay. So anyway, so
Becoming real
skate
style
night,
look.
my freshman year, Scott, I'm not sure if it was freshman, but Scott he was a Gundam, but he had like the
Like
the
Gundam
crown
style?
thing, but then
Yep.
That was
he
really
wore a
bad,
card-
Jason. I'm
Don't
gonna kick
Google
you
it.
for that.
he
Don't
wore
Google
a
it, Jason.
cardboard box that just said Gundam on it, and I think that's
Oh man.
so good. And I was the Phantom of the Opera,
Nice.
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 And
What'd you do? What'd you do for it?
He's saying
I bought the mask and I wore a suit with a white shirt and a white bow tie.
did you have a
Very
cape?
good.
And that's it.
Did you have
That's
a
it.
mask or a terrifying backstory?
Yeah,
I
like
had a
Jim
mask. I did a part where I did the Gangnam Style dance, and I got quite a few notes on Tumblr, by the way. So just
Did
you
you
gotta capitalize on that fandom.
I guess this would be specifically within like my age group, but
And what age
anyone
group?
else, people born in the mid to late 90s.
That's the rest. That's me. I don't know what you're.
That's everybody here, at least.
Did anyone else think like in high school? I don't know about you, Gib, but Gangnam Style was played like every year at our school dances.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
if I
first off,
learned how to
I
if I learned how to do this perfectly, I would be the
Well,
coolest
no.
kid in school.
What the Party Rack anthem was in, I think, 2011.
Is in the house.
Yeah,
that I-
tonight.
Y'all crazy, man.
We're crazy.
But yeah, I was fans of the opera. That was like that's a very Menswear thing that could still be done today. I think just get the mask.
That's
and everything.
intense.
Yeah, you just gotta stick
Yeah.
around for way too
I
long.
was like obsessed. I mean, I watched like the 25th anniversary like all the time because it's like the fucking best.
Ramin,
Me and Karamlu and Sarah Bogus is like
And
fucking gold.
Haley
like,
Frazier.
And then white tie and tails is another lazy menswear outfit for Halloween.
Lazy.
You're just like, hey, I'm.
Oh, because it can work for a lot, right?
anything
Yeah.
kind of like tuxedo wise, right? Like you could like James Bond.
I just thought you meant in like getting it, because it's getting the tails. It's a hard thing, not only to get it, but also to pull it off
Yeah,
and
and
look.
to like grow a tail. I mean, we haven't had tails in years.
What
Well,
about
mine's a
putting?
little nub.
I mean, I think inserting the tail is harder.
Yeah, I just
Well, the first time, but after you do it enough, it gets
I
easier.
got it from
just
I
get
got
the
mine
butt
from
plug.
Spencer's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the
I
butt
think
plug.
it's the following year after that. I think I was. Oh shit! I don't know what I was the following year. I remember one of our friends dressed up as as a piñata, which I think is pretty great.
Did someone hit
It
him?
it was Jeremiah, and he like really he was freshman year. I think he was Colonel Sanders like that, and he won. I think he won. That was really that's also kind of a menswear outfit, right? Like you kind of like a
Yeah.
bow tie,
Yeah,
black bow tie
nice.
with like a white suit or at least a white jacket and the brow line glasses. I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Mhm.
But my senior year, because I remember I was only in college for 3 years, crazily enough. I don't recommend
Crazy.
it. I don't recommend it. It's not a flex. It's a regret. But I think that I was Indiana Jones, which is also a good menswear outfit. Very very easy if you've got like a fedora and any kind of leather jacket. Doesn't even have to be the
Especially the
right kind
short
of leather
brimmed
jacket. People will just know you're Indiana Jones. You
Yeah.
know, you don't even need the leather jacket. Fedora,
You just need the
white
hat,
shirt,
yeah.
khaki shirt, and the pants.
Did you
That's
guys ever
it.
watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh, absolutely. Great
Where,
show.
each one of them, with that episode where
Yeah.
they're like trying to, each one of them have a piece of the Indiana Jones costume.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because
Danny DeVito's cracking the whip inside the guy's house. They're trying to
that's
steal
right.
steal the vase from.
God.
That
Insane.
that same day, that same Halloween or costume skate night, my friend John was Han Solo, so we took a picture together. Han Solo. Oh, and
He's
speaking of
a future
Menswear,
murderer.
Raj was Sala, which I think is pretty fun. Like I had like a bold, like a red 1940s bold tie. So he wore that with like white pants and a white shirt, and he cut a red Solo party cup, and
He cut a rug.
he like taped it to his head, or he wore it like he put a string around it so he could wear like the fez. And I think it was me and
Oh,
Raj.
okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because Solo wears a fez, but then he wears a Panama hat in the Indiana Jones ride. So that's the difference. Okay, talk about alternate
And we all
costumes.
know the ride.
That's the one.
You don't know the
I
ride
mean,
with
I I live very close to the ride and been on it many, many times.
Mhm.
I know the ride very much.
inside.
Yeah,
Not brag, but I am bragging.
It's the best ride at Disneyland.
It's a pretty cool ride.
so good. It's so
Yeah.
good.
How often would you guys
Never
do you
been
guys
there
like
before.
pre-quarantine go to Disneyland?
Okay, hold on. Before 2020,
Yeah.
I would go twice a year, and that was just for Dapper Day. 2020, early 2020, I was like, of course, nothing crazy is gonna happen this year. I'm gonna get a Disney pass, and so I got a Disney annual pass in like January or February, and enjoyed it for a couple months. Me and my friend Emily would go often after work to a bar that they had in California Adventure, and we really enjoyed it. And we never took advantage of our pass for a full day. We never reserved a pass like on a weekend, because we were like, oh, we of course have a whole year to do this. Why would we have to worry about doing it right now?
Oh no. But you would do the once or twice a year. I would probably do once or twice a decade.
I mean,
Yeah,
no,
I've
we
never
did
been to
like I
Disney
did once or
World.
twice a year for like a couple
Yeah.
years, and then I got a pass, and then I was going like once every 2 weeks, and it was like really fun because I was going with a close friend, and we were having a great time, and then coronavirus happened, and I have not been to. Yeah,
I must admit,
so-
Very
Disneyland
nice.
superior to Disney World. I will not go to Florida. I
Really?
would rather go to California.
Have you been
I've
to? Have you
both.
been to either parks?
I've been to both. It was a while
Okay.
ago for each, but
I've
yeah,
only
I
ever
would
been
probably
to Disney
prefer.
World.
Yeah,
Okay.
only Disney
There were
World for me.
gators and
I
rain.
mean, Disney World is cool because it's like the size of San Francisco, but Disneyland is cool because it's the only one that Walt has ever been in.
Plus the
And Walt
Disneyland.
was
That's
also
where I
like
pulled the
a
sword
bad
from the
guy.
stone.
He was like an anti-Semite, a racist. He was anti-labor. But I'm like, oh, Disneyland was the original, so it's cool. And you know what? I'm gonna stick with it.
That's the original.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of bad dead people, we got news today about Mr. Bond himself.
That's right. He did. He did die
Yeah,
today.
Broke it.
chat.
Let's get some Fs.
Let's get
If you
some
feel
Fs for
so
Sean
inclined.
Connery.
F it up. Cool. Thanks for the segment on Disneyland.
You're welcome.
I think it's
Oh.
gonna get a lot of clicks. Even Disneyland's
Yeah.
very popular on YouTube.
I mean, going back to menswear costumes, I think we've Spencer and I did Frasier and Niles. That was fun.
That's right.
And MJ was Martin Crane. He wore a plaid shirt and khakis and held a dog, a stuffed dog that I have.
That's what you say to everyone. Hold my dog.
Hold my dog, please.
What's up, hot
please.
My
dog?
dog.
What's up,
What
hot dog?
else?
What's up, hot
I
dog?
think I've also been for a few years. Actually, going
You
back to
bear.
like me repeating stuff. I have been Roger Radcliffe from 101 Dalmatians, which is a sweater vest and like
Oh yeah, very
like
good.
a yellow shirt. I remember what I was for one costume skate night. I think I was Sherlock because I wore a black suit, black jacket, black pants, and the purple shirt of sex.
This goes out to anyone, but Jason specifically. Do you remember how Hot Topic had the Sherlock coat?
Oh man.
You know
Yes.
this?
Oh
Yes.
yes.
I definitely bought it, and I definitely wore it around.
Fucking like nerd culture coat? Because I know they did a Fantastic Beast coat as well.
Yes.
Oh
they
yeah,
did.
I'm sure they did. But
Yeah.
like, and I know there's like
Awful.
better coat company that made a better Sherlock coat, but like I was like, Hot Topic has it. I need to wear it, and I wore that a lot when I was figuring my shit out in college.
Figuring my shit out.
It was bad until like junior year. I picked it up, but Jesus, it was bad. I would just wear that. Scarves. Yeah, sure. Cosplaying as Sherlock, that was definitely a thing that I've very much repressed until now.
Yep. I mean, I feel like when you're you're a nerdy guy or into like fandom stuff, you gotta try it at least once. I mean, I was also for one cosplay, I was Castiel from Supernatural.
Oh man.
Well,
I only watched
honestly,
a couple episodes. I
with
didn't
those
really
pieces or combinations, it's like the only people that can see it are all the fellow nerds, as you call
Oh,
them. And so, like,
that's what I'm talking about, like with
That's
menswear
part of it,
costumes,
yeah.
where like it's like about signaling, like you're in
Yeah.
the know of this thing by using like what you have, like doing all the Wes Anderson stuff is like, oh cool, like it's a menswear interest and people might be able to get it, but it's also like, oh, I'm also a stylish kind of guy, right? I think that's why, like you don't see a guy in menswear like fucking just being Mario. I mean, we've seen Young Chomsky do Mario.
Hello, I
Buff
was
Mario.
the Red Power Ranger.
Yeah,
Of
I mean,
course.
I'm saying that I'm not saying people don't do it. I'm just like, when your menswear like, oh, I still have to be like cultured, like, oh, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
fucking what's his name?
Oh, it's Halloween. Be uncultured.
Wolf
Be
of Wall
on
That's the
Street.
slogan of the holiday.
Yeah, Wolf of
I
Wall
mean-
Street. What's the other one? What's the Wall Street guy?
Gordon
Fucking
Gecko.
Gordon
Gordon
Gekko.
Gekko. Yeah, there's
I
that
mean,
one.
fuck the turf, but I wear my Slytherin cardigan that I got sometime around the place, and I haven't had to break out the Slytherin scarf yet from Lockhaven, but I have it. Might wear it, What?
What?
It doesn't matter. Why not? Who cares?
Do whatever. It's fine. Do whatever you want.
No, you know what I mean? It's just like
Okay.
now I'm not inclined. I reach for my school scarf because it's an actual school scarf. So that's what I've been actually wearing. So I'm not inclined to reach for the Slytherin scarf, but I'd much rather wear the cardigan around the apartment, So
I
it's
have
a
real
combination of both.
scarf now.
Yeah, I have a real scarf
real
now.
Real schoolboy now.
Yeah.
That's our new YouTube channel.
Um.
Real scarf, real style.
Yeah. I mean, I wish
Yes.
I had like the mind also like kind of do something kind of fun because I've never really watched like Power Rangers. I wish like.
like
I've
the
always
way
kind of
it
wanted
is,
to be
man.
like a rare hunter, which is pretty easy. It's just a cloak with the
I need to
dildo.
get a leather duster so I can be Spike from Buffy.
There you go.
Oh yeah, Buffy.
But before we play Among Us, I
Or
want to
Mac.
briefly talk about what we wore last year on Halloween to probably the only Halloween house party I've ever been to. Unfortunately, we can't do that this year because we would die of COVID. That
I used to
happened.
host a Halloween house party.
That's awesome, dude. Wait, what are some of your like? So you've been the Power Ranger. Like, what else have you done?
I was Mr. Six, obviously from Six Flags.
Mr. Six
Yeah.
Flags, of course.
I was just a banana one year.
Oh, okay.
A banana.
You were a banana.
Was
I have,
Tamara
I
a
have
gorilla or anything? Or
I have an
You're big
avocado
in
costume.
Onision
in
Frozen.
closet.
One year
I
I
was
just
Whoopi
wore
Goldberg
like
one year.
6 of
I was
those
Whoopi
Six
Goldberg.
Flag like Marvel capes at once, and I was all the heroes.
Those are fun. I love those.
this is not Halloween, but I have definitely done like a cosplay of Howard Stark to D23.
I
this
like
is
I
the
never
first
really
time I
did
grew up
Howard
watching
Stark. I
that.
just
cosplay
hosted. I just
and
had like a Halloween party. Everyone
Yeah.
else wore costumes, but I really never did.
You were the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah.
Has everyone
you have
seen
hostess?
that? Has everyone seen that tweet where the person accidentally goes to a like adult drinking wine Halloween party dressed as the Babadook?
Babadook.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
they're just like everyone's dressed like a regular adult, just in regular clothes, and there's a Babadook in the middle.
No.
Good tweet.
Good tweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, last year me and Spencer went to and MJ went to a house party organized by not organized. We were invited by a friend of ours who was the friend of the host.
Oh my god.
And I was figuring out like what to wear because like I mean I don't want to wear something kind of crazy, like I don't want something like elaborate or anything super menswear because it's like a house party, right? I don't even know what's gonna happen.
You need to know, man.
But this
You need
friend
to
of ours
know.
is a friend, is like a fan of Wes Anderson. Like, okay, I could do a Wes Anderson outfit, and I did Max Fisher from Rushmore, which was pretty easy to do. I did like like a hand drawn crest, and I kind of cut it out.
You
And
can do this.
I put it on my breast pocket. I got my club tie, I got the beret. I actually went to like a Target and I had to buy like, a girl's beret because it was like red, and obviously I couldn't get one online quick enough. Actually, I think I
red
ordered from
one.
Amazon. It just never came. And yeah, it was fun. But we got there, and of course, as a house party, all the lights were like off, so like it doesn't really matter. No one can
Ooh
see
la
your
la.
fucking costume.
Mhm.
And typical house party, you know, of like young people, like it was like
Young people.
I don't know, a guy
those
wearing like
young
a
people.
loincloth, like just a loincloth, like oh he's just Tarzan or something, or like it would be a guy wearing regular clothes and then
Wait,
like
the
a
lights were off?
like a Mario mask, and
But
it's
someone
like,
was home.
like that's it, you know.
Look,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Brendan
Hey, like
Fraser.
lights are off. It's like fucking like strobe lights or like fucking like neon lights.
It's
in there.
dark. You're not seeing
Yeah,
what
it's
they're wearing.
dark. It's not like a house party with like regular lights on. It's like a
It was like a black light.
yeah.
African American light.
It was yeah, and then
Thank
so
you.
Spencer, tell us what your outfit was.
Well, that year, last
Recall.
year, I was wearing a TC top from TC Tuggers, of course.
Oh, very good.
Yep.
Originally, I went to my university. I was going to 3D print a TC Tugger accessory that you can
That's
have to
commitment.
any T-shirt, and to convert it into a TC Tugger, which of course is a T-shirt with a dope tugging knob, in case your T-shirt ever gets tucked in your belly.
Yeah.
And that's from the television, not the television, the Netflix show. I think you should leave.
I think you should leave, right? Yeah.
And
But
by the way,
I
you
went to
should.
my university library, which has a 3D printer, and I asked how much it would be to 3D print that accessory to make any T-shirt a TZ top from TZ Tuggers, and they told me it would be like $70. And so I said no, thank you.
Jesus Christ.
And I made my own with a bottle cap.
I like
And
that.
so I went to a T-shirt outlet in my like, you know, in my area,
I gotta get some
and
t-shirts.
got like a, you know, a hefty cotton tee for like $3, $4.
$5.
Exactly, and just wore that. And it was fun. I mean, it wasn't fun. It was a practical costume to wear at a house party
Yeah,
Where
no
it's
one
a
knew
Practical
what it
piece
was.
of clothing.
where
like
I was drinking and smoking substances. So yeah.
SS.
Yeah, at that thing, people were like, people didn't know what we were. They said, "Oh, are you an artist?" And I go, "Yeah." There was a guy who came in. He was just probably drunk. Also, he
was.
wasn't like
Probably.
from the area at all. Like it was just really like a weird situation.
He doesn't even go here.
Yeah, because he was
here.
like, I was like,
Go
"Oh,
here.
are you from like around Riverside?" He goes, like, "No, I'm from this place called Alhambra." And I'm like, first off, no one calls it that. I
No,
don't know
no,
what
no.
you're
He said
We're gonna need you to
said
show these places on GTA.
He said he was supposed to be there with his friends who went to Alhambra without him.
That's
And I'm
kinda
like,
sus.
we are in Riverside, like we are completely in the other
sus,
direction of Alhambra, Alhambra, bro. But yeah, he was like, "Oh, what are you supposed to be?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm from a character from a Wes Anderson movie." He goes like, "Oh, I'm really bad with movies," and I'm like, "Okay," like,
He said, "My favorite movie is Zoolander."
and I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's a good movie."
That's a good movie.
I mean, yeah. There was a time. So MJ, tell us what your costume was.
Oh, so I was Kaneki Ken from Tokyo Ghoul, so I was probably the most recognized out of all of us.
Yeah.
I have the
anime.
mask.
Yeah,
It's somewhere.
the reason
Because
why
anime.
is the friend that that did it that invited us. He was friends with these people because they went to they were all volunteers to Anime Expo. So that's kind of like why.
VFD.
And so there's this really funny moment where like a couple of these hot girls came over. Well, me and MG were like over. we were. I mean, it's been a while since
We
I
were
talked
at the
about any
food.
kind of, like,
If
yeah,
that
we were at the
was,
food area. Yeah, we were at the food, and there was like someone brought donuts, which is cool. And like these girls came over and like, "Oh, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, I think it's like donuts or something." And they're like, "Oh, wait, can you open it?" I'm like, "Sure." And I open it up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." I take one. I'm like, "Oh, these look pretty good." I turn around and they're just walking away.
They're gone.
And I'm
Oh
like,
no.
and me and MJ were like, "Okay, we're gonna eat some donuts now."
Well,
It
no.
was
Reminds me, I
very
was
weird.
a taco one year for Halloween.
You
I
were
like
what?
that.
I was
Were
a
you Del
taco.
Taco?
That's great.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a hot dog costume.
I like those, but I always feel like with Halloween, it's like you have to be like a pun or something, right? Like you got to be like not
Well,
even
you're
a
a
pun, like a
punhead.
twist on something, like a hot cat or like.
I mean, I think the last time I tried to be like a funny costume was like in middle school or high school when I was a whoopee cushion. And I mean, that's not like a funny costume. That's like a costume of a funny thing, I guess.
good.
If you think a whoopee cushion is a lot of fun, which of course
In-
I do.
because it is.
Everyone should.
It doesn't.
In his
Yeah.
childhood, Paul F. Tompkins was a blind rollerblader. I think I just like that image.
That's pretty good.
I mean, that's
Him as a
very
kid.
Charlie Chaplin modern times right there.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah.
Um, Dang it! Oh yeah, because our friend Andrew was a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah.
That's right.
He wore like he had like
No
the
words.
the pink cowboy hat with the rhinestones on it, which every girl on TikTok apparently owns now for some reason.
Yeah,
For
which is
some
But yeah,
amazing.
that thing was fun. It was kind of a weird party because like all like of like the cool people at the party would like go into rooms. I mean, I guess that's what happens, but like there wasn't like a lot of like
Regular stuff to do.
mixing. Like there wasn't a lot of like I don't know if I was like host party like I like talk to random people, but like
Like,
there
my
like
Halloween party
all the
was not
people in the
like
know
that.
would like
There was
just go in the
no-
rooms like so it would be like all like like regular people or people like who were like tangentially related to the people who were there were like just in there, so it's kind of
Not
Kinda weird.
randos.
Yeah, there was no rooms to like go into in my Halloween party because like I only live in like a 3-bedroom,
Here's the
like my
space.
parents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was no, there was none of that. It wasn't like one of those
Guys,
parties.
please
where
don't
you
hit
go
the
to, like,
vase.
It was
Yeah.
a it was an Airbnb, so
It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, there
No,
were
You
like
were on the
there
floor
were
of
like
that.
6 rooms.
No, they live there.
Oh, they did?
No, that was an Airbnb. That was an Airbnb.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I was gonna
'Cause
say
I mean,
because
Absolutely, it was.
there's no way that you would want to live there and have that little furniture.
Exactly.
First off, also, the bathroom was. I mean, it's probably for like another thing was probably for like a handicap bathroom, like because like there wasn't a tub, like you would. It was like just
It's
floor,
just a
like you would
standing
go.
shower. Yeah.
Yeah, you would go straight from like the toilet to the
Yeah.
showering area.
The tile was just the same from like
Yeah.
when you enter into the
Also, there was no toilet paper.
I don't even remember that detail. I remember that I couldn't go to the bathroom because there was like drama going on outside the bathroom.
No
Oh,
drama,
yeah,
Obama.
that was crazy, dude.
Yeah, there was like yeah.
Yeah, some guy like touched some girl's ass, which is always bad. But like, I think it was because like her boyfriend was like the host, and they're kicking him out. He's like, "Oh wait, but like you gotta take their word
Yeah.
over mine." He's like, yeah, because it's my girlfriend. Dude.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
then he was like, "Well,
They
who do
drew
you?"
pistols.
He was like, "Who do you know here?" Because I didn't invite you. And then he was like, and then yeah, he got kicked.
Like they were like,
The
wait,
original
no one
Among Us.
knows this guy, and it was like, oh, we just kind of like stuck into the party.
Yeah, that's when we left.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, I'm done. I mean, I'm not like
Sounds like the
I
best
can do those things, but like if I don't know many people, and also like if the environment's not conducive to meet new people, aka it was dark and you cannot see anything,
or hear
Um,
anything.
yeah, or hear anything.
No one's complimenting my costume.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, like when I threw my Halloween parties, my monster mashes, if you will, like
Yeah.
you were invited, and only I could invite people. So
You
Yeah.
like,
knew what was up.
Well,
so
again,
people
like
couldn't just show up, and like people
Right.
couldn't bring.
yeah, I
You had a
mean,
bouncer.
I think I think something that we learned a lot from most of this is that, like I'm a nerd, and my friends just don't do Halloween parties like
And
this.
his
Like I mean,
friends are nerds.
yeah, our friends are nerds too. Like I mean, we've like me and MG Spencer, Scott, we've all hung out like wearing costumes, like we watch like a movie, but like we don't go like to a party. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it could just be that we just the party. I mean,
The party
bad
comes to
party.
you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and today you already know what we were wearing. So maybe next year, or years after that, when we have a vaccine and
Post-COVID
the
era.
world is not on fire.
Well,
Quite-
that depends on who's our
quite
president.
literally.
The world is quiet.
Yeah,
Literally,
just
that's
go to my
right.
house.
Maybe we'll have a party sometime and we'll talk more about our menswear costumes for that one.
Yeah.
But at least
I'll-
for
next year, you guys can all come to New York City. I'll have another.
I mean,
Halloween
yeah,
party.
New York Halloween party. That sounds kind of sick.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Where oh my god, also why
Next
didn't
year
I
in
just put my
Jerusalem.
big ass glasses on and wear my tracksuit and be Vector?
There you go.
Oh, I
That's
thought you were
Where
gonna
is
say,
your
well, I put on my
vector,
big ass glasses and put on my tracksuit to be Fred Castleberry.
There
Yeah.
you go.
It's
I
funny
thought
the
that's what you
second
were gonna
time.
Wait, is Fred Castleberry just Vector from
He's
Despicable Me?
He's just
He hasn't
cosplaying
done that?
Vector all the
Cancel
time.
Do you think he knows what? Okay, he has kids. He's got to know who.
I mean,
Vector is.
he knows what like the minions are at the very least.
You could put your
Yeah.
tracksuit on and be Army Hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
I
more
really like
curious-
the
I'm
I
more
really
curious-
like the like for the shield that the minions gave themselves. by being like, imprisoned in the Arctic from like Napoleon's age until the 60s. That got them out of participation in the Holocaust. That was a really smart move on the part of
Yeah, they
didn't
could've
even think
Universal.
One
about
of the
that.
minions of like the war.
Because of the lore is, it's like, okay, we're gonna serve whoever is the most evil person
Yeah,
on the planet
they
at
definitely would've-
any given time.
Yeah, DreamWorks is really on
World
top
War,
of it.
World War, for like 200
So
years.
from like 1812 to 1968, they were trapped in the Arctic. So
Yeah, so no hand in.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Nazis,
about it.
No hand in the Soviet Union.
That's
No
very
hand
No,
in,
no
uh,
hand in the
in
Nazis.
Vietnam.
I love that that
no
was a
hand
thought
in-
that came up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They saw whatever Sandra Bullock's character was or whatever,
Yeah, they were on the subreddit.
and then it was Gru, my wife. Hey, technically workwear, minions right there, dude. Menswear costume.
Good
There you go.
segue.
There we go. But
You
cool.
gonna play Among Us or?
Yeah. So we are.
What the fuck are we doing
officially-
here?
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
mean,
for
me and
listening. We'll
Jason
be
were just
back
playing Among Us for like
next
3
year.
hours.